This weekend lover trend is making me sick to my stomach. And I don't know, I feel like you could not waterboard that information out of me, and I'll take that to the grave.
Do we have to start holding women accountable?
So she didn't say that she wouldn't do it. She just said that she wouldn't publicize it. Welcome back to Nemo's Room, where we ingest, digest, break it down. I got an interesting video for you guys today by Janae Daniels. The epidemic of side chicks wanting to come out of the closet. It's apparently a cool thing to be a side chick now. I don't know why they're exposing themselves on the internet. It's wild, but let's check it out.
Why would you take your phone that you paid for and let the whole world know that you're a side chick?
I'm a side chick. Of course I don't want your man to myself. I don't want to be the first dumb in line.
I don't think I have the mind capacity to be the only girlfriend. I need to make sure I'm in charge of scheduling you out to these other women.
Could you share your man with somebody if he gave you everything you wanted?
I share these men for less because they gonna go cheat anyway.
Being the other woman has never really been a new phenomenon. It just looks a little different today. Back in the early days, women were reminded to be composed and have top-notch etiquette, while men were simply reminded that they were men. Those gender roles that society placed on men and women also shaped what each of them could get away with. And yes, those expectations followed them in the bedroom.
Society expects your husband to cheat. Men have needs, you see. They're prone to urges, which a society views as natural, almost charming. Any signs of passion or desire in a woman are viewed as suspicious, even shameful. So when your husband seeks pleasure elsewhere, an actress, a barmaid, a brothel, it's shrugged off. Boys will be boys.
Society tolerated male promiscuity as a necessary evil. He's a man with urges and instinct. And on the other hand, the woman that he was hiding from the world, or his wife, she was the one that ended up facing the shame and embarrassment for all parties involved.
I feel like growing up, for a long time actually, and I think it was because of like Disney and, you know, our parents and shit, that cheating was never a good thing, even if you were a guy. You know what I mean? I mean, yes, you would have your friends, right, that might big you up a little bit, or, you know, might not shame you as much as they should and make you feel a little bit, you know, on the good side of doing the things that you did. But at the same time, the general consensus outside was you looked crazy. And the thing that messes it up is that we like crazy. We're so absorbed with crazy these days. Like, we are desensitized to a lot of shit these days that it's just, you know, we need the next fix of crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, and growing up, it's always been a thing that I seen in my social circles where the girls would actually would big it up more than the guys, because at the same time, yes, your guy friends, you know, don't hold you accountable or whatever, and, you know, big you up for doing the actions. The women at the same time will be more attracted to you because you're able to get this other female, and they're wondering like, what is it about this guy? So at the same time, male and females were kind of feeding into it, but like on the outside, we all saw it as a bad thing at the same time. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
I am Mrs. Stephen Hain. Sorry, I don't think I know you. I believe it's my husband you know. So, Stephen Cody.
Being the other woman, or the woman he only sees on the weekend, that came with a type of shame you wouldn't dare tell the world. But today, women are turning that very position into a trend. In today's video, we're gonna look at how a situation most women only discussed in a locked diary is now an all eyes on humiliation ritual. Affairs, or situationships as we call them today, back in the day, what made them different weren't the actions. No, we all know those will always be the same. It was the silence.
So it seems the digital age has made it easier for us to cheat. But there's one group of guys who have always found it pretty easy.
Men in positions of power seeking sex outside their primary relationship is something as old as time.
But for almost 100 years, their indiscretions were kept secret, protected by one hell of a bro code.
A lot of men who stepped outside their marriage or had multiple women were mainly men in power who suffered a lot less consequences than the woman they were keeping secret.
Now, I feel like that we're focused on what the negative side of, okay, we're just trying to say that men kept it on the low end, men were just the only ones that were doing this, right? I don't think that is entirely true. There's also a sister code out there, bro, and it's been as old as time. Chicks knowing that dudes was tricking and squeezing them for the dollars, you know what I'm saying, being okay with being the silent mistress and reaping the benefits, as well as the man keeping the mistress on the low. So it's kind of like equal parties. It's never been just the dude, you know, the men of power or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe, to be fair, there was a time where, yes, that was the majority of the thing, and you know, women weren't hip to the benefits that they were getting from it. And then there was a shift where it did click, and women were literally using it to their advantage and keeping it within their sister circles. You know what I'm saying? They're not being outward with it, because it's not. It was very frowned upon for a long time. It's fucking still frowned upon. You know what I'm saying? For either party. But for women, especially back in the day, it would have been frowned upon, and she would have been like, you know, flogged and shit. So they had to keep it on the wraps, but they also were doing it intentionally.
And in many of those cases, turning a blind eye was something that was hoped to be a part of the agreement. Even if you were the cheater and your private actions became public, you had to claim you were mentally insane just to protect everything attached to your name.
Charlie, you're not the father of the child. Oh, Charlie, I've been very wicked. I have done very wrong.
When Sir Thomas, her father...
Nah, Charlie, flog that bitch. Flog that bitch right now.
Father went to see his daughter. He went straight upstairs and saw his daughter, came downstairs and said, poor thing, she's mad. They began to realize that this was the scheme, that if she could be proved to be mad, then she would never be able to stand up in a divorce court and give evidence.
Harriet's father had
That is some conniving ass shit. That is some crazy ass. It reminds me of a story I heard a couple days ago about a guy, and he was married and he had like a church, and then he had a prayer group, right? And then he was seeing another woman within that prayer group, and then his wife found out through another person of the church, and she went to confront them during a prayer group meeting, and this nigga acted like he got possessed by the devil and he was unstable, and the girl who he was seeing was tempting him, and it was crazy. This is what this feels like. This is what, like, what do you mean I was mentally unstable? That's why I let that boy slip Ms. Johnson in the thing. I couldn't mentally reject him. You know what I'm saying? It was I was too far gone. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand even what we're talking.
Determined to sacrifice his daughter for the sake of family honor by instructing her to feign madness.
Now, as we're looking at all these affairs from the past, I want to quickly say that we're not romanticizing or reminiscing them. It's going to show you just how far we've come today. Because back then, it was the things that no one dared to talk about that tore lives apart. But today, it can be small, annoying things that can literally throw your whole week off. Affairs and hidden relationships started showing up more openly in movies and television, and not just as scandals, but in my opinion, I feel like they started to become romanticized.
I'm a side chick. Of course I knew that man was married before I started dealing with him. I'm a side chick. Of course I sent him back home to be unhappily happy so he could come back to me and be... I'm a side chick. Of course I'm the authorized user on a credit card that you have no idea about. I'm a side chick. Of course I don't work because our husband pays all the bills.
I know, and y'all may think I'm...
Can I breathe for a second, bro? What the fuck? Yeah. And it's not even to brag. You know, I feel it's not even to brag. Women can be very spiteful, and I feel like that was more for the main chick to see them for the internet to give her validation, because I don't see where you can it feels a little crash outy. You know what I'm saying? I don't see where you see the benefits in, but at the same time, like, people do a lot of things that I don't see the benefit in on fucking social media, and they get millions of fucking views and shit. So it's like,
reaching, and that's okay. But I knew when SZA came out with that song, that's when the conversation started changing. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's The Weeknd by SZA, where she casually admits that she's not the main woman, she's the one he sees only on the weekends.
And not to cut her any slack, but we're comparing our regular lives to these celebrities. You know what I'm saying? SZA might be talking about this because, yes, in where the upper echelon where she is, the dudes have the abundance. You know what I'm saying? And if you're gonna be with one of these high class dudes, you know, you gotta expect a bit of fuckery. And you know, that's just what she is. She's not making light of it, but she's trying to say, like, this is life. You know, people make music about their life. It's not always relatable, you know what I'm saying? And it's not for just the regular people. You know, regular dude can't sustain two women at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Especially in this economy. You know what I'm saying? Unless he's built like that. So when we're talking about what we're seeing and what we're hearing, we got to be able to sift and understand that it's not real life for us where we're at. You know what I mean? It's what people are talking about in their music is what they're going through in their life. And what they're going through in their life is way different from what the regular people are going on with down here. Okay?
Put the pieces together as you will.
What I'm actually saying in the song is my man is your man. Mm-hmm. Like, we all share the same dude, saying that I'm aware, I don't care. I'm not trying to, like, I don't need to be his girl. Like, it's not even saying that you're his girl, saying that none of us are his girl. All of us are just out here trying to get different things for different reasons. And my particular reason is just get here and do what you said you was going to do. I think it's like taking the power back, because it's like women just are supposed to do nothing but like cry and feel weird and like, oh my God, like I don't have no, he's not my man, I have separate, it doesn't matter.
With lyrics that read, like, is you coming home? I'm sorry, I can't do this. Are you out with her? Like, in context, it makes sense in the song, but actually saying the grammar out loud, it just doesn't. I can't do it. I don't care long as you hear by 10:30, no later than. My man is your man. Heard it's her man too. Super catchy, super toxic. Sums up modern music today, right?
You know what? I think something that's not wildly explained is that some dudes who do this, who can't just hold down one female and, you know, have to have sporadic, are coping as well. This is a cope, right? The song is a cope. Like, she understands that, like, nothing is permanent, nothing is really, nobody has ownership of anybody, and, you know, I have to come to terms with the fact that I have to share this man, right? Dudes are coping as well with having multiple females because they're dealing with something internally that they can't, it's a hunger that they can't, you know what I'm saying? And it's not just the sexual urge or this biology where, like, niggas need to always have something new and fresh and whatever. No, it's not that. It's literally them dealing with something. Because if a man's locked in on a woman, we're locked in. You know what I'm saying? It's not, we already thought about our future and everything. You know what I'm saying? We're building on that shit now. If we're locked in with a female, we're locked in. You know what I'm saying? So if a dude is doing that frivolous lifestyle where he has multiple females and he can't hold down one and really care for one and whatnot, it's one of two things, really. It's he has the bread and the abundance to do so he's just living, or two, he's coping with something that a trauma or something that he hasn't gotten over with as a child or something. You know what I mean? There's something that bothers him where he can't find what he's looking for in just one person.
Now, from my understanding, this is her story, this is her experience, and I'm not going to knock that for her. But what I will say is I do feel like this song conditioned a lot of women into thinking that this is normal.
But don't get me wrong, I like being a side chick because I don't gotta deal with all that bullshit. Just f me and go. You gotta keep me happy so I don't tell your girlfriend. So you gonna buy me that Birkin bag. You gonna give me that Birkin bag. Don't get me wrong, you can go home to your playing you.
So you don't mind being a side
I
chick?
don't. Well, you can go.
That's a fucking no. That's a no. Okay? Whoever's buying that Birkin, whoever's buying Birkins for that is going through it. You understand me? Yo, niggas go through it too. Understand that multiple females can sometimes be a cope. It's not just a man of abundance, it's cope. That is cope.
You don't mind being a side chick?
I don't. Well, you can go.
Basically encouraging women to share a man because it's sexually liberating.
It's the fucking wave of do you, self-care in toxic form. Do for you. Get yours. That is what it is. It's not it's not what.
And my man is her man, and I'm not sad. I'm not crying about it because I'm just playing him.
So could you share your man with somebody if he gave you everything you wanted?
I share these men for less because they gonna go cheat anyway.
They gonna
See, cope. Fucking cope.
go cheat anyway.
So if I know for sure that he's going to give me everything I wanted, I will voluntarily share. Because we involuntarily share these men all the time. They cheat. My man probably cheating as we speak. I don't give a damn. I'm working.
Literally.
Because yes, men get away with way too much when it comes to these arrangements. So I'm all for taking your power back. But taking your power back shouldn't mean letting a man have that much power over you.
I don't need to be the main girlfriend. I just need to be the favorite girlfriend. I don't think I have the mind capacity.
If you want to be the favorite, you don't have the capacity to be in this group, okay? It's all about energies, okay? It's all about the frequencies, okay? If you are putting out main bitch energy and knowing you're the main bitch, you be the main bitch without even having to, you know what I'm saying, specify that I better be. You know what I'm saying? What are you bringing? What are you bringing?
To be the only girlfriend. That means you got to get on my nerves 24/7. I don't feel like dealing with him this week. Can you pick up the slack for me? I need that. You do what you do. Send him back on Wednesday, and then I'm gonna keep him for Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and then you gonna get the other days. I need to be that girl. I need to make sure I'm in charge of scheduling you out to these other women. You know what I'm saying? Like, am I crazy for that?
If he's
Yes, you're fucking crazy. You're out of your goddamn mind if you think a nigga is gonna let you schedule for him his pleasures, and so you can cock block and make different moves that would not benefit. What the fuck kind of shit are you sipping on?
With multiple women and he decides who's first, second, or who's the favorite. I'm sorry, but the power was never actually yours.
You goddamn right.
So the fact that, and I say this in the most respectful way
Respectfully
possible, the fact that this isn't shameful anymore. It's not a secret.
When somebody comes and asks a question about side chicks, why is it always so negative, and why is it like, oh, you guys are wrong or whatever? That man doesn't love you. That man's not gonna leave his wife.
There's an argument because it depends on how you're coming into the conversation with it. If you're coming into it like, I don't understand why he's not doing this, that, and the third, and blah, 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 then they're gonna look at you crazy like, don't you know that he already has a main chick and you aren't his first priority? Now, if you're into the conversation, understanding the role and understanding what it is, what it is and who you are to him, and, you just reaping your benefits and getting yours, that's a different conversation.
That sometimes the side chick get the best of the man.
And I do.
Okay. Oh my God.
So I've been dealing with a married man. He's been with his situation for 20 years.
Don't be trying to make it light by saying his situation.
His situation.
He's been married for 20 years. Go ahead.
I just want to know why it turns me on.
It's normal to be in a situation or situationship where you know that you're not the main course, so you accept the crumbs.
Top 5 reasons why I was so comfortable being a side chick. So I was giving my therapist the rundown.
Let's hear her out.
Chopping it up. She goes on to say that I'm addicted to the highs that he provides for me in the moment.
And that's led us to where we are today.
Which, if you were able to recognize that for yourself, that would be so much more respect. Your therapist had to tell you, like, bro, you're not really into this guy. You're just into the thrills. You didn't know that the whole time. You was side chicken. You needed the therapist to tell you that.
Incoming, the weekend lover trend. Now, if you've somehow missed this trend, let me catch you up, because people aren't just talking about or singing about being the booty call. No, they're submitting evidence. The trend is simple. Women show their face and then they show the man that only sees them on the weekend.
I will defend a woman's rights and wrongs, but this weekend lover trend is making me sick to my stomach. And I don't know, I feel like you could not waterboard that information out of me, and I'll take that to the grave.
Do we have to start holding women accountable?
So she didn't say that she wouldn't do it. She just said that she wouldn't publicize it.
As a group, as a whole, because that's why the men are not the men think they are the baddies. Like, the audacity. What do you mean you're his sneaky link for the weekend? Like, we have to stand up.
But oh, I forgot to mention, most of the time these faces of the men are either not in frame or blurred, because who knows what that man or who that man is doing when he's not with her or when it's Monday through Friday.
What the is up with y'all? Are y'all okay? This is high school activity. Y'all posting pictures of backs that y'all had to hide and take. I know you lying.
And you don't need to post a face, you know what I'm saying? I seen a lot of tattoos in those photos, you know. Police use that to identify people all the time. And if you know somebody intimately, you know their tats. So
as these people are basically telling the world that they're the second choice or they're just a choice.
You're fucking dry snitching. You're fucking snitching. You're snitching.
Overall, the lyrics "I never wanted to be your weekend lover" from Prince's song Purple Rain are playing in the background.
And if Prince was still alive, he would be pissed off that people are on this app using Purple Rain of all songs to talk about being a side piece.
Okay, I misunderstood. At first, I was thinking that they were using it in defense. No, not in defense. I thought they were using it to attack the weekend lover trend. They've been using it in the weekend lover trend. We are disconnected, friend. We are disconnected.
That one little piece that says, "I never wanted to be your weekend lover," and then people are posting the person that they're screwing. Who?
Yeah, so it's the opposite of what the fuck he's saying in the song. So I don't even understand why we're doing that. Yo, TikTok is toxic as fuck, especially with music. I swear to God.
Who may or may not be in a relationship. Prince would be pissed.
Okay, now you got the full story, but this is what's not being told. The women doing this trend, they aren't doing it because they want to take the power back. There goes that phrase again. Because that's what SZA and a lot of other women think taking the power back means. To basically show that you can do the same heartless, no strings, no feelings attached actions of a man. So then, why does this feel like a cry for help instead of a grab at power?
This trend of "I don't want to be your weekend lover," y'all have to stop. I'm getting PTSD. This is triggering the out of me. Okay, some of the images, I'm like, Lord.
PTSD from what?
Lord, please, I can't go back there.
In my 20s, I slept my
What you mean by that?
way through Manhattan because I had no self-respect for myself. And the reason I was a weekend lover to all of these really sexy men was because I didn't have any boundaries. I wasn't standing up and saying, "That doesn't work for me. I don't want to just be your casual girl that we have a fun time and then you drop me like a bad habit." I was taking anything I could get because I was praying to the gods above that maybe this person was going to choose me.
And
See? Accountability. Accountability. I love that shit.
Text, y'all. Oh my goodness, the text. Not only are people exposing themselves and the worst in themselves, they're exposing text messages too, which personally I find much worse.
This girl said, "Can't keep casually sleeping with you. I want something more out of this." The person said, "I don't want a relationship with you." I thought I made that clear. Some of these screenshots I'm seeing of these texts that these men be sending y'all, are y'all okay? Like, truly, are we well?
No, we're all coping with some shit.
Text messages of women begging for a text back, showing text from men
I'm gonna block you and then unblock you when I want you over, okay? Well, why? There's no need. Just text me. I don't want anyone finding out we're linking. Just do what I say.
panicking at the thought of anyone finding out that they weren't linking. I mean, y'all, look at this. I'm gonna...
Yo. Woo! I'm not the perfect person, okay? I'm not perfect. I've done some things in my life, and I can't say... I didn't say it like that, okay?
Block you and then unblock you when I want you over? That sounds like he has another woman at home, does it not?
I am so happy we never had social media when I was growing up, because y'all really have got me up with this weekend lover trend. You the side chick and you posting the men that don't want your... Are y'all okay? Because
no.
baby, what if that silhouette that you are posting, the woman that actually sees him Monday through Friday sees that and now, oh my God, how stupid can y'all be?
It's like, are we ready for hands? Are we ready for hands? Because some shorties are ready for hands. Like, are you ready to get the paws put on you? Because some of these just are crazy. You're doing the weekend lover, and it's like you want it to be on some low-key flex shit, but when somebody pulls up on you to snatch your chain, what the fuck you finna do? Crazy.
Now, all of this boils down to one thing, well, two things. That is the blame and the shame. And the internet is in shambles about which party involved, that being the man or the woman, should take on the blame and the shame.
I don't support all women, because some of y'all are slow. What do you mean a weekend lover trend? Is y'all just exposing that y'all are side chicks? Showing pictures of these men, messages of them doing you the worst way, because they don't want to get caught?
Again, why are we shaming women for the wrongs of men? Now people are blaming women for the weekend lover trend.
I'm not even gonna say what I initially was gonna fucking say, but what I will say is that if you are paying the fuck attention, person, you would see that it's mostly fucking women posting the goddamn trend, sir. Miss person.
Like, it's not the woman's fault that a man was an
woman
asshole and is now deciding to post about it.
Listen. I wasn't trying to do. I didn't know. Okay, I was trying to figure it, but I'm hearing and I'm seeing, I'm understanding. Woman, respectfully, but it's women who are posting the trend, ma'am.
For community, because I'm sure other women have experienced the same thing, and y'all are blaming women again.
And the crazy thing is, as I was researching this video, I was scrolling.
Who started the fucking trend in the first place? If you know, post it in the comments. If it was a man, let me know. If it was a woman, let me know. Because I'm pretty fucking sure I can bet the dollars on this shit that it was a woman.
And scrolling, and it was really
because why the fuck would we do that?
Hard to find videos where people were just blatantly giving men the blame for this trend. Everyone's saying, oh, this trend is embarrassing and it's degrading, and it is. But it's all being directed at the woman embarrassing herself, which she is. And all of that got me thinking. Y'all remember earlier when I said the woman that he was hiding from the world, or his wife, she was the one that ended up facing the shame and embarrassment for all parties involved. Well, this is the perfect example of that coming full circle. He gets to quietly move on to the next or hide you from his wife while his name is covered, his face isn't in the camera, and she's, yes, willingly embarrassing herself, but she's the one that gets all the shame.
Because she's fucking posting it. If you are reading the text message and shit, all these guys are saying, yo, we need to keep this on the low ski. From time we've been saying keep it on the low ski. We would have never started a trend where we are outing our side chicks. What the fuck does that make any sense for anybody?
All the think pieces. Let's get this clear, okay? Because no one is in the right. This whole...
And that's a fact. I'm not saying that anybody's in the right here, but like, I'm definitely not trying to take any type of blame when it comes to the trend for men, because I'm damn sure men aren't the one posting this fucking trend, bro. We're not out here outing our fucking selves, bro.
Situation is just weird as is, but you should not...
It's another grab, honestly. I'm sorry, I keep pausing you, Janae. I'm beautiful. I'm sorry, but it's never been in anybody's best interest to come out and, you know what I'm saying? And who it's another cope, you know what I'm saying? The trend is another cope. They need some type of validation for being the side chick, for not getting everything they want to get. You know what I'm saying? They're coping with the shit by getting validation on the internet from these other side chicks who are doing the same thing. It's all cope.
Be with a man that only wants to see you 2 days out the week, especially if you know he has another woman. That's weird. And we should also not let men have this much power over us. Period. Thank you for tuning into the Girl Talk You Didn't Know You.
Yeah, for sure. Nobody should have any more power over anybody, and we should all be self-aware. You know what I mean? And then understand the patterns of behaviors and, you know, switch up. If we keep doing the same thing, you know, expecting different results, it's insanity. It's insanity. Okay? So let's switch up our actions. Let's switch up the rhetoric, because bigging up each other for fucking around is retarded unless it's a mutual thing in the party. Poly relationships do exist. You know, like we can keep it in the confines of something respectable, something that is agreed upon, and not be out here making it a whole trend to be sliming on other bitches and basically outing the dudes. You know what I'm saying? And dudes that want to keep it on the low. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be single. Let's just be single and mingle. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be honest. Let's say what we're about from the start, so that, you know, we don't have these entanglements and these triangles, where everybody understands where we're coming from. Yeah. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments, man. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one.